Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. As we're talking about our mastery and infinite wisdom and the quantum realm, we have a tool that we can use that actually measures our energy, our auric field, what's going on with that energy that is absolutely related to our success and to our ability to create a beautiful life. It's all about energy. And we are here today with beautiful Sandra Schur, who is an auric field technician. She's going to be doing mini readings for us and sharing more about what's going on with our auric field and our manifesting capacity. Hello, Sandra. Welcome back.
Hi, Lorna. It's great to be here.
It is beautiful to be here with you. Thank you so much. We are in our Zoom audience, and we've got people who are going to be receiving many readings from you. You're going to go into aura colors that you see and what that means. And then you've got the tool that actually helps us transcend, transmute, release, and clear some of these, I really would like to say, subconscious issues, right?
Totally.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What I love about reading the aura is we get information that's directly below the level of our conscious awareness that's affecting us right now in the moment. It really brings a lot of awareness into an understanding and insight into what's really going on a deeper level.
Absolutely. And so this works for our entire group, whether you're watching in our Zoom audience or to the broadcast or even the replay, because it's multidimensional. I want to share very quickly. We've had you on this platform earlier, and it was amazing what you helped me identify. That's why we're having you back for our whole audience, because it really was something that was subconscious. And I was unaware, and my 3D ego mind had me in a space of, yeah, I got this, no duh. But then when I really was present in the awareness, it took it to a whole new level that actually was, you're right, that is exactly, precisely what I needed to focus my attention on. And that's why we're happy to have everyone here. So, as we get started, you're also going to do something for the group. We can do a group process towards the end. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Yes, we'll see how that goes because every card that you pull actually relates to everyone.
Yes. Yeah, the cards are really for everyone. And
Yeah,
actually, when I look at someone's aura in a group, I believe it also is for everyone too, because we're all matching on a certain level. So a lot of times what I see in one person's aura, a lot of other people, the other people will resonate with it as well.
wonderful. So, from this premise, as we start today, everyone, let's hold the intention for unity consciousness, whatever this means, in whatever way it means for you. Unity consciousness, we're really cultivating and building that. All right. Well, let's have you start first with an overview of your work and how you got started with this for those who are new to you.
For sure. I started as a chiropractor. I was working as a chiropractor, and I really wanted to understand what was going on in a deeper level with my patients, my clients, because I always believed that the body and the mind were very connected. So I actually took some training with the clairvoyant to help me understand and get an intuitive sense of what was going on with people. And she taught me to see, images, and I would see images around my clients when they came in that would give me understanding about what was going, and them understanding about what was going on with them at a deeper level. The images were metaphors for what was they were trying to process and resolve subconsciously. So that went on for about 5 or 6 years. And then one day a client came in and I just saw these blobs of color around their body. I didn't see the pictures anymore. And then the information about what the colors meant just came to me intuitively. And I realized I was seeing the person's energy. I was seeing their aura. And from then on, I just saw these colors that gave me information about what was happening with them. And clients really made big breakthroughs because they shifted immediately into what was really going on with them subconsciously. And it kind of just turned the light bulb on to what was really happening. And then I learned to combine it with the tapping, an energy healing process that resolves limiting beliefs. Because a lot of times when I look at someone's field, what I'll see is a limiting belief that's kind of stuck in their energy field that's running them emotionally. And when I describe it, it brings it into awareness, and then we clear it. And that it's been a very useful transformative process for my clients, for a lot of people that have worked with me.
Yes, I absolutely love how you combine it with the tapping emotional freedom technique, because it really illustrates how our mental body, which is not even in the physical body, right, that is part of our auric field as well. And so it illustrates how our thoughts really are things, and it does affect our auric field. So this is a powerful tool to clear it. Now, you also use your tarot deck. You've created a deck that really helps you express what's going on as well. And so, the best way to explain your work is to do it by example. So we're going to go to some of the people on our Zoom audience, but the cards also work for everyone as well. Isn't that interesting?
Yes. The cards, the cards are based on my work with the aura. So each card represents a color and a chakra, because when I look at someone's field, I'll see colors in the air. I'll see a color in an area of a chakra. So each card describes a specific energy pattern related to a color and a chakra and an affirmation that shifts that energy to a higher level. So there's 49 cards for all the common colors that I see in people's auras and the location and the chakras.
All right, so let's get down to it. We're going to show an experience of what's going on and how this works. First, we're going to go to Kathy. And Kathy, in our Zoom audience, you are welcome to unmute. Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Awesome.
Hi, Dr. Sandra.
Hi, Kathy. Great. So is there something in particular? Should I just take a look at your field? Do you have something in particular you want insight about, or something?
Yeah, I've been having some health issues after knee surgery with my stomach.
Oh.
And I think it's from all the medication,
Okay.
like an gastritis and diverticulitis. So I'm like wondering when that's all going to be cleared up.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I can give you some insight into maybe what's going on emotionally that might be contributing to it. So let me just take a quick look at your field here. So, okay, so it looks like you've got, I see some black in your third chakra. Okay, that's the color that's standing out the most. So black is the color that has to do with letting go of something that no longer serves you. And the third chakra is the power center. So it's like you're trying to shift your relationship to power, or take your power back in a certain situation that that you kind of maybe know that you've been maybe giving your power away in a certain way, and you're like, okay, no, I got to stop doing this. I've got to do this a different way. I've got to stand up for myself. I've got to empower myself differently. Does this make sense to you?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
It could go for my husband or my girlfriend, either way.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, great. But that it doesn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a card, and we'll do some clearing around the the power issue. Let's just see what card comes up. Oh, okay. So this is always interesting. So the card you got is green in the sixth chakra, which is the wisdom of my loving heart guides and expands my vision. So this is wonderful because you're wanting to make a shift in a relationship, but you're wanting to do it, you know, from the heart and so that the power is balanced, but you also obviously want to have that heart connection, right?
Mhm.
So yeah. So Kathy, if you could customize this to really fit what's going on with you, how would you want to maybe add a couple words? The wisdom of my loving heart guides and expands my vision. You could say with my relationship, in my relationships.
Yeah, and I think I need to work more with my heart. I haven't probably been doing that enough.
Uh-huh. You haven't, okay, great. So wonderful. So why don't we go ahead and do some tapping, and the statement that we'll use will be, the wisdom of my loving heart guides and expands my vision in my relationships and my heart connections. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I won't remember it, but
Yeah, I'll remember it. I'll remember it. No worries.
Okay. All
No
right.
worries. Okay. And I'll hold the card up so can you read that? Are you able to read?
Sort of. No, it's
Sort
kind of
of,
blurry.
yeah.
It's yeah, it's a little
Kind
blurry.
of. Okay, but that's okay because I'll be saying it
Okay.
as we're tapping. Okay. So we're going to start, and everybody, if you're relating to this, you want to tap with us because you can clear your own energy around your heart connection, power, and relationships too, all that stuff. Okay, great. So we're going to start by tapping on the karate chop. Actually, I'm going to put this card down because we're going to tap on the karate chop right here, which is on the side of your hand. And just repeat after me, Kathy, okay? And everybody else, you can repeat it to yourself too. Even though I have this fear,
Even though I have this fear
that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
guide and expand my vision
guide and expand my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept and love myself.
Wonderful. Okay, great. So now we're going to tap on the beginning of the eyebrow right here, and we're just going to say the reminder phrase. This fear that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
This fear that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
guide and expand my vision
guide and expand my vision
to my heart connections and my relationship, in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and my relationships.
Great. Okay, so we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
This fear that I can't have the wisdom of my loving heart,
guide and expand my vision
guide and expand my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Okay, so now we're going to tap under the eye. And we're going to say the positive. We're switching to the positive. I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
Guide and expand my vision
Guide and expand my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to tap under the nose. I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
Guide and expand my vision
Guide and expand my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Okay, wonderful. So now we're going to tap under the lip. I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
I can have the wisdom of my loving heart.
Guide and expand my vision
Guide and expand my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Okay. So now we're going to say it like it's a fact. Okay. We're making it a fact. This is a fact. And we're tapping on the collarbone. The wisdom of my loving heart
The wisdom of my loving heart
guides and expands my vision
guides and expands my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to tap under the arm and the armpit. The wisdom of my loving heart
The wisdom of my loving heart
guides and expands my vision
guides and expands my vision
in my heart connections and my relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to tap on the top of the head. Here we go. The wisdom of my loving heart
The wisdom of my loving heart
guides and expands my vision
guides and expands my vision
in my heart connections
In
and
my
my
heart-
relationships.
in my heart connections and in my relationships.
Great, 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 great. Good job, Kathy. How are you doing?
Good. Am I still black?
Oh, honey, we could go for, no, there's some pink coming into your field. This is great. There's some pink coming in. I see pink coming in through your crown and down into your sixth and your throat, which is unconditional love energy.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, Kathy. So wasn't that interesting that she picked up on that? I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Were you aware?
No, because I mean, people have told me now they've seen green and pink in my aura. And so when she said black, I was shocked.
Yes, and so aware. I mean, when you looked at, you immediately knew it was either right. It was relationships.
Right. Right.
That's fascinating. And I do have to say that what a great thing for all of us to work on the love in our relationships.
Yeah. Especially the heart. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sandra.
Oh, you're welcome, Kathy.
All right. Beautiful. Next up, we have Pamela. Aloha.
Aloha, Lauren and Sandra. Thank you so much for calling on me. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, of course, Pamela. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Great. Great to have you here.
It's good.
So what would you like to focus on? Is there something particular you would like to focus on when I look at your aura?
I do have two different relationship situations. One is my youngest son, who has been refusing to connect with me. And it's also keeping me from being able to connect with my two granddaughters, because he's the only one that has children. He's the only one of my sons that's married and have children. So I am shut out of my granddaughters' lives.
Oh,
So let's look at that. That's one of the main things.
oh. So this is, you said your youngest son? I'm sorry?
My youngest son.
Your youngest son. And how long have you been estranged?
A couple of years now.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And about 3 years, actually, because the youngest granddaughter is now 3 years old. So right at the time when my daughter-in-law was pregnant with that child, that communication system broke down.
Okay. So it was a gradual disconnection that happened? Gradual. Okay. Let me just take a look at you, Pamela, and see what I see. I do see some brown in your heart chakra. Okay, so let me tell you what this is. So brown is a pattern that has to do with, it's a color that has to do with a comfort zone where you're in kind of a pattern in relationships that it doesn't serve you, but it's very hard to break out of it. And part of you actually may be reluctant to break out of it because it's comfortable. So I know this is probably confusing because it sounds like you really do want to connect to your son, but it sounds like there's another dynamic going on maybe that that's deeper, that has to do with a pattern that you're wanting to change in your relationships and maybe all your relationships, that to improve them in some way, that's a habitual thing that goes on that you haven't quite figured out how to break, some kind of pattern. Is this making sense to you?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay, great, Pamela. Okay, wonderful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a card and we're going to do some clearing. So let's get a card here for you. Okay. Okay, so we got, essentially we got red in the sixth chakra, which is my inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal and I am manifesting it. Okay. So we want to customize this so it fits your situation. So I think maybe a good way to customize it for you would be my inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal of loving, mutually supportive relationships, and I am manifesting it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. Absolutely.
It does. Okay, great. So now we're going to do some clearing on that, and we're going to do some tapping. So I'm just going to walk you through it. I don't know. Are you familiar with tapping at all? I'm just curious.
I'm tapping in the past.
Oh, okay. So we're going to start on the karate chop. So we're just tapping here on the karate chop.
Mhm.
And just go ahead and repeat after me. Even though I have this fear,
Even though I have this fear
that I can't have my inspiring vision,
that I can't have my inspiring vision,
keep me focused on my goal
keep me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Wonderful. Okay, great, Pamela. So now we're going to tap on the beginning of the eyebrow. I'm going to say the reminder. This fear that I can't have my inspiring vision,
This fear that I can't have my inspiring vision,
keep me focused on my goal
keep me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Great. Okay, good job. So now we're going to tap on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't have my inspiring vision
This fear that I can't have my inspiring vision
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supporting relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Okay. Okay, I shortened it a little bit. We'll go. Okay, now we're going to tap under the eye. I can have my inspiring vision.
I can have my inspiring vision,
Keep me focused on my goal
keep me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Okay, wonderful. Now we're going to tap under the nose. I can have my inspiring vision.
I can have my inspiring relationships,
My inspiring vision. Okay, keep me focused on my goal
keep me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Great. Okay, wonderful. So now we're tapping under the lip. I can have my inspiring vision.
I can have my inspiring vision,
Keep me focused on my goal
keep me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Great. Okay, wonderful, Pamela. Okay, so now we're going to say it as a fact. Okay. My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal
My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
of loving, mutually supportive relationships
and manifesting them.
and manifesting them.
Great. All right. So now we're tapping into the arm. My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal
My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal
Of loving, mutually supportive relationships.
Loving, mutually supportive relationships.
And I am manifesting them.
And I am manifesting them.
Great. All right. Now we're tapping the top of the head. My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal.
My inspiring vision keeps me focused on my goal.
Of loving, mutually supportive relationships.
Of loving, mutually supportive relationships.
And I am manifesting them.
And I am manifesting them.
Great. Okay, Pamela, good job. How are you doing?
I feel lighter.
A little lighter? Good.
With tapping. That always happens with tapping with me.
Yeah. That might be a good statement for you to tap on, just to help clear this up with you and your son.
Okay, I thank you so very much. I truly appreciate your work with me. And I thank you, Lynn, for having her on the show. I'm just now getting to know about you. This is my first introduction to you, so I will keep you in mind. Thank you so very much.
Oh, sure, of course, Pamela.
You guys both have a good rest of your week.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pamela. I wanted to just remind everyone who may not be familiar with tapping that to participate, it's important to speak it out loud, right?
Hmm.
Yes. So with everyone muted, speak it out loud. What is going on there with speaking it out loud? It's talking to the subconscious.
Yes. Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, it really reinforces it when you say it out loud.
Okay, excellent. So everyone, just say this along. I mean, relationships, what a theme that's coming up.
Mhm.
And even I think it goes across the board with what we're seeing in our world. So as we hold the intention of unity consciousness, isn't it amazing that relationships are coming up to be
Very
loved into a new pattern of perfection?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's go to Janet. Janet, you can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hello. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi, Janet.
Hey,
Hey.
nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you too.
even if it is Zoom.
Yes. Yes. So great to have you here. So is there something in particular you'd like to focus on?
Well, yes, I have had anemia, like half of my blood was gone. So there was no real reason for it. But I'm inching back. I've had some blood transfusions and I'm inching back up.
Wow.
I'm very intuitive. I'm a biologist. I have been very angry about all the hum-dum rum lies and manipulation and control
Oh, yeah.
and all of this
Oh,
last 2 years.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is that when the anemia started with?
No, I suppose you could say that, yes, back in April.
Okay.
Back in
So,
April.
yes.
And I had a stroke before that, but I had a daughter that passed away in January of 2019. She was mentally challenged and she developed cancer. So then I had this stroke in July of 2019. And then we go into the pandemic and I'm seeing all this control and manipulation and programming and propaganda. And so then the anemia showed up. Anger is a big part of anemia.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you called in because I want to help you with this because I can see you have some white in your root this is really, this is a really big program that you're trying to clear in yourself that has to do with you. It's almost like you have put all this pressure on yourself to fix what's happening in the world. Does this make sense to you?
Oh my goodness, yes. It's not my job, is it?
Oh my God. And you really have put a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself to fix this. And it's really sapping you, because it's like you're beating yourself up that you're not fixing it. And you're angry at yourself. A lot of your anger is at yourself, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me pull a card here for you. Okay. And we're going to do some clearing. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, oh, look what you got. I release my need for perfection.
How appropriate is that?
And let inspiration drive my words and actions.
Okay.
And I would put thoughts in there, because you have this inner critic right now that is out of control, that's beating you up. And we have to neutralize this, okay? Because it's like, you're not fixing this, you're not fixing this, you're not doing it. I mean, that's really what you're getting subconsciously. Is this making sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's tap on this. So we're going to walk you through it. Here we go. So we're going to start on the karate chop.
Okay.
Okay. And just go ahead and tap on that. And just repeat after me. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't release my need for perfection.
That I can't release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply love and accept myself.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, now we're tapping on the beginning of the eyebrow. Here we go. This fear that I can't release my need for perfection.
This fear that I can't release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Okay, very good. Okay, now we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't release my need for perfection.
This fear that I can't release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay. We're tapping under the eye. Here we go.
Okay.
I can release my need for perfection.
I can release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay. Now we're tapping under the nose. I can release my need for perfection.
I can release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay. Now we're tapping under the lip. I can release my need for perfection.
I can release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay, now we're tapping on the collarbone. And we're just going to say it as a fact. I release my need for perfection.
I release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay, and we're tapping under the arm. I release my need for perfection.
I release my need for perfection.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
And let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Very good. Okay, top of the head. I release my need for perfection.
I release my need for perfection
and let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
and let inspiration drive my thoughts, words, and actions.
Yes, very good. Okay, Janet, good job.
Thank
How
you.
you doing, honey?
Well, I'm more aware of my controlling mechanisms going on here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be compassionate with yourself. I mean, that's like your number one job right now, is to be compassionate with yourself and tell your inner critic to just take a hike. You know,
Okay.
that's really big.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Blessings your way.
Janet, we hope that
Oh,
you feel
thank
better
you.
from that. Yes, we hope you feel better. I mean, doesn't that feel, I mean, doesn't it feel better?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm like, how do you, I'm 78. How do you start recovering when, from a slap down when you're 78? I'm still here, so I'm still working on it. And you helped.
Well, I'm sending you love and healing energy, honey.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. The big reveal, huh? That's what we're in, the big reveal.
Yes. And always follow the joy, Janet. Follow the joy, always.
Okay.
Always.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Goddess. Okay. All right. So this is really interesting. I would like to think of a way we could feel into the group. Do you feel that that would be something that we could do for our group right now?
I think so. Maybe with the cards.
With the cards, absolutely. Yes.
With the cards, yeah.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Let's see what you come up with.
Okay, so I'll just pull a card for the group.
Okay. So everyone beam your, well, no, we don't have to do anything. Let's stay unified. Unity consciousness, intention of unity consciousness.
Okay. Oh, this is a nice one. My inner wisdom energizes me to manifest my soul's desires. My inner wisdom energizes me. So everyone, so what we can do is have you think about what you want to manifest while we're doing the tapping. And we can just tap on this statement, and you can even put it, manifest my soul's desire of whatever it is, fill in the blank at the end. If you want to really reinforce that, you can do that. Okay. Okay, great. So let's just go ahead and tap on that.
Okay.
Okay. So we're tapping on the karate chop. Even though I have this fear,
Even though I have this fear
that I can't have my inner wisdom energize me,
that I can't have my inner wisdom energize me
to manifest my soul's desires,
to manifest my soul's desires,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay, great. And you can fill in whatever your soul's desire is at the end. Okay. This fear that I can't have my inner wisdom energize me,
This fear that I can't have my inner wisdom energize me
to manifest my soul's desire
to
of,
manifest my soul's desire of unity consciousness.
great, great, great. This fear that I can't have my inner wisdom energize me,
This fear that I have that I can't let my inner wisdom energize me
to manifest my soul's desire of unity consciousness.
manifest my soul's desire of unity consciousness.
Okay. And we're tapping into the light. I can have my inner wisdom energize me,
I can have my inner wisdom energize me
to manifest my soul's desire of
to manifest my soul's desire of unity consciousness.
unity consciousness, or whatever you want to put in there. Okay. This, I can have my inner wisdom energize me,
I can have my inner wisdom energize me
to manifest my soul's desire of
To manifest my soul's desire of unity.
Unity consciousness, whatever you want. Excuse me. I can have my inner wisdom energize me.
I can have my inner wisdom energize me.
To manifest my soul's desire
To manifest my soul's desire of unity.
of unity consciousness.
Unity
Whatever you want. Okay. Collarbone. And we're just going to say it as a fact. My inner wisdom energizes me.
My inner wisdom energizes me.
To manifest my soul's desire
To manifest my soul's desire
of unity consciousness. Whatever you want. Okay. My inner wisdom energizes me.
My inner wisdom energizes me.
To manifest my soul's desire of
To manifest my soul's desire of
Of
unity.
unity consciousness. Whatever you want. Okay, top of the head. My inner wisdom energizes me.
My inner wisdom energizes me.
To manifest my soul's desire
To manifest my soul's desire
of.
unity consciousness.
Okay, great. Good job. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Lauren?
This is what we're here to do. I know it in my soul. So
Mhm.
thank you. That's perfect for our group. Awesome. Very lovely. Okay, let's go now to Compassionate Raven. We're going to take your mini reading now. Hi, you can unmute. Okay, so I'm going to go on and I'm going to, and Lisa.
Here I
Okay,
am.
there you are. Hello.
Sorry.
Hi. Oh, can we do a mini reading for you or?
Please.
Yes, okay.
Okay, Ray, Compassionate Raven, nice to have you here.
Thank you. The compassionate came from a workshop I was on this morning, and we were urged to give ourselves some creative names.
That's lovely. I love that. So what, is there something particular you'd like to focus on?
I'd like to focus on one of two things, and I'd like your advice. I would like to be radiantly healthy, and I do work on that. But another thing I would like is to teach people who cannot read, but who would like to be able to read, either adults or children, to read. So this I have not been working on because I'm just so scared of the whole thing of putting myself out there, and I'm not really a trained teacher or anything. I taught my daughter to read, but that was 50 years ago.
Okay. So you want to do it, but you have a lot of unconfident feelings around it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, well, what I'm seeing, Raven, is you have dark red in your throat chakra. So the throat chakra is the will, and it's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this action, I'm going to make this happen. When you have dark red is the first chakra energy, but it's held back. So it's very deep cultural programming that you picked up probably when you were young, that it's not okay for you to use your will in a certain way, you know. And as women, I talk about this all the time with my women clients. Women get a lot of cultural programming, even now, unfortunately, that we aren't supposed to be the leaders. We aren't supposed to be in charge. We're not supposed to be taking the bull by the horns, so to speak. Like that's not, like it's almost not okay to do that.
Yeah.
And my sense is that you have some programming lodged in there that's saying it's not okay for you to be that bold, to be that proactive, kind of like a fear of success. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's pull a card and see what the cards have to say, and we'll do some clearing. with the card. Oh, I love this. Okay. So you got a heart chakra card, and this is wonderful because, you know, your mission is definitely a heart chakra mission where you're
Yes.
really wanting to help others, right? You're really wanting to help other people. So this is, I commit to and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart. Okay. I commit to and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart. So we want to customize this a bit. How about I commit to my teaching mission and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart. Does that make sense for you?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. So let's tap on that. So we're going to tap on the karate chop point. We're going to start there. Okay. Here we go. Even though I have this fear
Even though I have this fear
that I can't commit to my teaching mission
that I can't commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart.
and say that again, please.
And create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart.
And create those mutually supportive relationships that most fill my heart.
Yes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Very good. Okay, so now we're going to tap on the beginning of the eyebrow. This fear that I can't commit to my teaching mission
This fear that I can't commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fill my heart.
Very good. Okay, so now we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't commit to my teaching mission
This fear that I can't commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Very good. Okay, great. So now we're going to say the positive. I can commit to my teaching mission
I can commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Very good. Okay, so now we're tapping under the nose. I can commit to my teaching mission
I can commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Very good. Okay, and we're tapping under the lip. I can commit to my teaching mission
I can commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Great. Okay, so now we're going to just say it as a fact. Okay. And we're on the collarbone. I commit to my teaching mission
I commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Very good. Okay, so now we're tapping under the arm. I commit to my teaching mission
I commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart.
and create those mutually fulfilling, those mutual relationships that most fulfill my heart.
Yes, very good. Okay, top of the head. I commit to my teaching mission
I commit to my teaching mission
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart.
that most fulfill my heart.
Very good. Okay. How are you doing there, compassionate Raven?
Well, that made me feel very optimistic.
Great.
Yes,
Great.
and I want to say before I let you go that you are just as cute as you can be.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks, Raven. Okay, beautiful. All right, well, we have been witnessing how we can clear limiting beliefs, subconscious programs that no longer serve us, literally get them out of our energy body so that we can live the life that we want to live with joy and success and happiness. And there is a course coming up. Here's an opportunity for everyone watching and listening to work more closely with beautiful Sandra Schur. You've got a program that gives the cards, gives a 1 hour personal session with you. That's a limited time only. It's for those who want to get that special one-on-one time. I think that's about an hour with you. But more importantly, people can spend 6 sessions with you over the course of 3 months. This is a life-changing opportunity for people to really clear out and change and to see how their awareness on this limiting belief literally moves out of their auric field. Can you share more about this opportunity to work with you?
Yes, yes. So the program is a 6-month, it's a 3-month, 6-session group program. Each group session is 2 hours long, and we use the aura deck just like we did, where each participant selects a card, and we all clear the limiting beliefs we're holding around whatever goal we're going for. So whenever we go for a goal, they talk about having to push yourself out of your comfort zone. That's the emotional charge. So all the cards are an energy portal to this higher level of energy that will allow you to manifest whatever goal you're wanting to manifest. So we use the cards to align our energy field with that higher level of energy that brings that goal into manifestation. So it's really, really fun to use the cards in a group. So that's the group part of the program. I'm also offering, as part of the package, you get your own aura deck to use on your own. And I'm also adding a 4-hour interactive live workshop where everyone in the group workshop gets their aura read as a group, which is really interesting to do it as a group. I read everyone's, kind of like what we did today, only we do it for 4 hours. It's a marathon. I call it Aurapalooza, where we just keep clearing and clearing and clearing people's auras. So that's included. And also you get it's a 75-minute one-on-one session with me where we take a look at your field and help you identify and clear any blocks or any limiting beliefs you have that are in the way of you manifesting what your soul is really wanting for you. And that clears out and aligns you and opens up your field and really helps you shine your light to pull in those people and opportunities that will help you manifest what it is that you want, and allows your life force energy to flow out there and start creating it for you. That's really literally what's happening when we're aligned emotionally with our goal, with a goal. Our subconscious mind is running the show, helping us manifest it because it's totally on board with it happening. So it's like a manifestation machine. So this is about flipping the switch on your manifestation machine. So your emotional energy, all your subconscious energy is aligned, wanting to make it happen, on board with making it happen. And that's,
on board.
Yeah, it's all on board. You're all on board.
No longer is that subconscious or limiting beliefs sabotaging us.
Yes.
It really is clearing out the energy field. And that's very important. As we saw today, you were able to just work with people in a few short minutes and they could feel the shift from that. So 75 minutes with you is a wonderful treat to really go deep on some of those subconscious issues that affect health and our well-being and our mental state and our ability to manifest. So that's beautiful. I'm going to put this again in our chat line on our Zoom audience. And for those who want to join our Zoom audience, please go to acoustichealth.com and you can register for our Zoom audience on our next show. And I wanted to say as well that we have time for 2 more people in the rest of our show. And for those who are watching on our broadcast, you'll find the information to Sandra's course coming up very soon here. Check on this webpage, scroll down, and you'll see how you can connect with that beautiful package. So if you're interested in signing up, go ahead and do so and reserve your spot. Now we're going to go, we've got 2 more, and I want to go to our special guest who I brought in as a panelist, and this is Lisa. Lisa, hi. You can unmute yourself.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Hi. Yes, hi.
Hi. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I have
So-
a million questions, but really there's nothing. I'm just very, very curious as to what you see.
Oh, okay. So you just want me to just do kind of a cold reading. Okay. What I call a cold reading. So, okay. So I see some green and it looks like it's in your throat. And it's interesting because it's wanting to be bright. It's kind of like doing this dark green, bright green thing where it's trying to become bright, but it's working through some stuff. So basically what green in the throat means is green is the heart chakra energy. And when it's bright, your actions and your words and everything is completely in alignment with what your heart is really wanting for you. It's like, I am totally on board with manifesting my heart's desires, and I am taking the actions that make that happen. You have a little bit of this dark green that keeps going in and out, which is, I don't know, do I deserve it? Am I good enough? Can I do it? I don't know. So there's a little bit of, it could be old programming that you got growing up that you weren't good enough, or it's just, there's just some programming in there telling you that either you don't deserve it, you're afraid that you don't deserve it, or you're not good enough, or you can't do it. Is that making sense?
That makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect.
Okay. So good. So let's pick a card for you and see what the card has to say. Oh, good. Oh, this is a good one for this. I release the old and outdated
Nice.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Beautiful.
Mhm. Do you want a custom, or do you want to just use it as is?
I love it as is. That's
Yeah, but
perfect.
it is. Okay, great.
Yes.
So let's just tap on it as is. So we're going to start with the karate chop. Here we go. All right. Even though I have this fear
Even though I have this fear
that I can't release the old and outdated
that I can't release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision,
and open to a new and better vision,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Great. Okay, very good. And we're tapping on the beginning of the eyebrow. This fear that I can't release the old and outdated
This fear that I can't release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. Okay, side of the eye. This fear that I can't release the old and outdated
This fear that I can't release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Okay, excellent. We're tapping under the eye. I can release the old and outdated
I can release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Okay, very good. Now we're tapping under the nose. I can release the old and outdated
I can release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. Okay, we're tapping under the lip. I can release the old and outdated
I can release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. So now I'm just going to say it as a fact. I release the old and outdated
I release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. Okay, and we're tapping under the arm. I release the old and outdated
I release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. And we're tapping on the top of the head. Whoops. Uh-oh. Where I just
You're there.
lost you here. Okay.
You'll see it.
Sorry. I release the old and outdated
I release the old and outdated
and open to a bigger and better vision.
and open to a bigger and better vision.
Great. Okay. How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great. That was awesome. And I would love to say too that as Lauren mentioned earlier, pretty much every single thing that has been said today has applied to me in some form or fashion. You know, at some
Really? Wow. That's so cool. Thanks for sharing that. I love that. We really are all connected.
Yes.
we are indeed.
Thank you. That was
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Goosebumps.
Oh, that's great. Confirmation.
Exactly.
And, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you. One of the things I wanted to share with doing this work with Dr. Sandra is that I found myself doing this in any moments of anxiety or all of it. And it really does help. So it's a beautiful technique that she has taken to a whole new level with the auric cards and how we can truly clear out from those limiting beliefs. And as promised, I said we've got time for one more. This time we're going to Philip. So Philip, you can unmute yourself. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Hello, thank you, Sandra.
Hi, Philip. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much. And I also could identify with the other previous people's stories as they were sharing as well. So it was a lovely sense of being connected. So that was wonderful. If it's okay, could I get sort of a cold reading? Because I initially was sitting back here quietly and thinking, relationship, I would really love to understand what's sort of playing out with a little bit more clarity. But that's sort of also being engaged. I've been tapping a lot about my relationships throughout this hour. But yeah, if you're comfortable with the cold read, that would be wonderful.
Sure, of course. So what I'm seeing, Philip, is you have white in your third chakra. So the third chakra is the power center. And when you have white, the white is when you're striving to be perfect in a way that is really not even it's like you're putting too much pressure on yourself to be perfect in a certain area. And in this case, it's about power. So when we have white in the power center, you can be very critical of yourself about how you use power. And a lot of times what I see with white in the third chakra is there's a real fear of abusing power so much that you don't step into your power in a way that would actually be really good for you because you're afraid you're going to be a power abuser.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we see power abused all the time. So I think especially spiritual people, I think are really, so it's really a challenge, I think, for us, I believe, to be powerful and because we're so afraid of turning into what we see around us. Do you know what I mean? In terms of politics and anyway, I don't want to get into that, but that makes sense to you though?
Yeah, it does. I found that if I've learned sort of to move through the world and keep my head down a little bit, irrespective of what I know or how, you know, I can embrace sitting in my power, it just seems to be less confrontational or less troublesome if I shy away. But that feeling of sort of being frightened about how would it look for me to sort of show up in power, there is fear around that and not being clear how that would look and how it would play out.
Right. Okay, that's great that you're resonating with this, and because we want to clear some more energy around this for you. So I'm gonna pull a card now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I own my power.
Wow.
And let it build.
Wow.
And build and nurture mutually supportive relationships. Okay.
Spot on.
Because I think,
yeah,
because I think that's really what you're afraid of, is if you step into your power, you're going to alienate people. Do you ever feel like that sometimes?
All the time, which results in me removing myself from being with people.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So this is a really good statement for you. Okay. So I'm just going to add one word. I own my power fully and let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships. I think that would be a really good statement for you. So we're going to go ahead and tap on that. Okay.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Okay, great. So we're tapping on the karate chop. Here we go. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't own my power fully.
That I can't own my power fully.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Great. Okay, so we're tapping in the beginning of the eyebrow. This fear that I can't fully own my power.
This fear that I can't fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture mutually fully relationships.
Okay. Side of the eye. This fear that I can't fully own my power.
This fear that I can't fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
Great. Okay, we're tapping under the eye. This fear that I can't fully own my power.
This fear that I can't fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
Great. Okay, I'm going to go switch to the positive. I can fully own my power.
I can fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture fully supportive relationships.
Great. I'm tapping on the lip. I can fully own my power.
I can fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture fully supportive relationships.
Great. Okay, and we're tapping on the collarbone. I fully own my power.
I fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture fully supportive relationships.
Great. Okay, we're tapping under the arm. I fully own my power.
I fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture fully supportive relationships.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
I fully own my power. On the top of that, I fully own my power.
I fully own my power.
And let it build and nurture mutually supportive relationships.
And let it build and nurture fully supportive relationships.
Great. Okay, very good. Good job. How are you doing, Philip?
Really well, very grateful. Thank you. I felt when I hit when I was tapping my heart, I felt my legs felt stronger, my basic chakra. It's like this surge of strength sort of reverberated through my body. So,
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow, that's great. So you
Yeah.
cleared cleared a block in your first chakra, probably.
oh wow, okay. That would be the movement then. But thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Philip, I remember you were working with your root chakra.
Yes, that's
Isn't
correct.
that amazing?
It
Isn't that
is.
amazing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
thank
thank you. Thank you for being here. And again, your card actually helped our entire group as well. Thank you, Philip.
you. Okay.
Again, the relationships here, the intention with our show today is one of unity consciousness, and relationships look all that it brought up with every single person. And we are all connected, so we could all benefit from this clearing work that we did today. I just want to share one thing about, you know, our thoughts and keeping them positive, and like we heard from, I think, Janet, not taking on the weight of the world, trying to fix the world. If we can remember that our greatest power is our love and radiant light that we share, that's it. That's why we're here. So do not allow yourself to go into some of those dualistic or polarizing fields. Amplify it, turn it, shift it. We got this. I know you do. So, with that, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to Dr. Sandra, and invite everyone watching and listening to work with her. Join her in her upcoming workshop, get a one-on-one session with her. Again, you get the aura deck and can do this in all facets and all areas of your life. Dr. Sandra, as we say goodbye, I just want to give you a moment to wrap things up.
Oh, well, it was wonderful I've never done this live group kind of reading where people just called in. So this has been really fun. And I want to thank everybody who participated. And if you want to go deeper, I'd love to have you join us in the group. It's lots of fun and people make really big breakthroughs if it speaks to you. It'd be wonderful to have you.
The information for those programs that offer big breakthroughs is available right here on this webpage, and of course in our chat box here on Zoom. We are so excited that you could join Dr. Sandra in this next venture for your life. You'll know if it makes sense when you go into your heart. It is very transformative and it will change your life. Dr. Sandra, thank you, thank you, thank you for this quantum conversation.
Thank you, Lauren. It's great being here.
Thank you both.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.